Welcome back, guys, and hopefully my last videos for two final year exam questions help you guys for understanding the things we covered for previous videos. Now for this one, let's keep going for 6F. Okay, sketch graph. Now it's even getting worse or disgusting. Maybe I should put it in this way because first we have the dilation factors, which is A. Then we have our change of period, which is n. Then I also have my shifting, which is epsilon from the t plus minus. Have you see this one? Okay, this one is just Greek letters. So if I plus minus like epsilon, it just means I shift my whole graph to the left or to the right. So if you guys still remember the chapter 3, which is graph transformations, for any graph transformations, we essentially only make our concentration on single x. So in such case, we always take n out of the brackets, which is like here and here. We take n out, okay? And then if we look at the expression, I can show you guys, if you make the x in front of the x just like positive 1, okay? In such case, it's t. In front of t is positive 1. Then you can look at if it's minus, okay? It means move to the right, okay? If it's minus, it means move to the right. In here, t minus pi on 4, so it's moved to the right for original functions, okay? And if it's plus, it's moving to the left, okay? Again, let me emphasize, if I can keep my x, or in such case, is my t in front of is 1 times t, okay? Then I can take like move to the right, okay? Then for b, I can move to the left. Yep. So they then give us observations. It's translate pi on 4 units in the positive direction, and it's translate pi on 3 in the negative direction. Okay, so that's would be it. And again, of course, we can use our coordinate method to write down x dash equals blah blah blah, y dash equals blah 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 to get the exactly transformation sequence. It's the same thing, okay? And now, because we have the shifting issues happens, so even here, for this question, sine x minus pi on 3, our period is going to be the same, still 2 pi. But since with the shifting, if it requires us the graph is from 0 to 2 pi, our graph is not look like the whole period. It's going to be in a weird shape, like this one, okay? So you guys need to be familiar with that one to make sure you can draw it properly. Okay, that's a 6F. And next one is 6G. So they ask us to start graph this guy and also like moving up and down. So adding or minus B, up or down, okay? So again, for this type of problem, my suggestion is we do slowly, step by step. So for this guy, first we draw sine t, okay? Then we draw sine 2t. Then we have sine 2t minus pi on 4. Then you multiply by 3 of this one. Then add finally 3 multiply this one, add 2. Okay? Let's make it at 5 steps. Then we can get the ideas. Okay? Or even you can directly start from sine 2t. Okay? Instead of sine t. Same thing apply over here. You know, to do step by step. Okay, one at a time to get the idea. And suddenly they ask us to find the x-axis intercept. Essentially, it's the same thing. Okay, we just make y equals 0 to find the x values. It's like what we did in 6D or 6E, okay? So 6G is pretty interesting. And for 6H, this is not the important part. We can link back to our uh, chapter 1, like addition of the ordinance for scalar functions. Basically, we're just adding the y value together to get the really weird shapes. Okay, so 6H not important. And for this one, it asks 6I to determine the rules for graphs of scalar functions, which means like we have to know the amplitude or the period or other things to get the idea. But the key thing is for sine x is -1 to 1 basic, and cos x basic 1 is -1 to 1 as well. And the basic period for both is 2 pi. Okay, and again, we read the graph to get values, pretty easy and straightforward. You can spend a bit time to try by yourselves for page 284. And again, for this one, you have to know period 3, which means my 2 pi over n is 3. Okay, my range is -2 to 4, which means my a minus b and a plus b will be like -2 and 4, and my center will be b. So b would be 1. Okay, just make sure you know this one. And this is 6i. To help you guys familiar with this one, you can try 2, 3, and 4 to be confident about this part. And I think we should do some practice because next session is going to be about the tangent functions. I would like to open for a new video for that one. So for the rest of times, we can try some numbers or some questions. Let's do this one together. First, for this until here, I know it's the whole period. So which means 2 pi over n will give me 8. So my n will be like 2 pi over 8. So it will be pi on 4. Okay. And again, my a value up maximum, lower minimum. So my a would be 3. Okay. So some people can say, so why would be -3? Because since cos is -1 to 1, right? So my a is 3 or -3 should be the same. I mean, the range should be the same, but the graph will look different because I have to make sure my t is 0, then I get it's 3. So when my t is 0, I plug back in here. What I got cos 0, which is 1. 1 times a must be 3. So my a must be 3. And for this one, it's kind of answer your questions or concerns. Again, our n is 12. Sorry, my period is 12. So my 2 pi over n is 12. I can get my n done. But for this part, when my t is 0, my y is -4, which means that a times 1 is -4. So my a will be -4. Okay, because normally the cosine graph gonna look like this. Okay, this is my normally the cosine graph. If they look like in the red curve or the red shape, it's just simple means we do the reflection in the x-axis. Okay, and let's look at the next one. Next one we involve some shifting. Okay, over here. So essentially it just means we shifting all the graph to the right. Okay, to that, which means is left, right? So epsilon is -pi on 3. So move to the right means means minus. And again, for this part, for our range or our amplitude, now it's just half. Okay, and that's it. Sometimes you're gonna say, sir, it's a bit hard to look at, but we can always plug some numbers. So you can plug this point in and this point in. to get the values as you want. Okay, and for 5, 6, 7, for the rest of the questions, you can practice by yourselves and make sure you guys can read from graph and get these things easily because it is pretty important during the final and for your SAC. Okay, hope my videos help you guys a little bit for the math, and I see you guys for the next videos. Bye bye. Thanks for watching.